Okay, so now we made it to naming functions. This is a section that shouldn't take too long to go through this because we're just going over some conventions. But I'm just going to make a video for this because the next section is going to be maybe a little longer, maybe a couple of videos. So if you're new to this channel and you're not a part of the cohort, the video curriculum is in the description. Have at it, it's free. So let's get into it. Naming functions. As with variables, choosing good descriptive names for the functions you write is important. It makes your code more readable and therefore more maintainable and more bug resistant. Use camel case. As with variables, use camel case. All functions in JavaScript should begin with a lowercase letter, with the first letter of subsequent words capitalized. So remember camel case, the second word is capitalized to let you know it's more than one word. So just don't make it run all the way through. Have it all lowercase. That's just not good convention. Here's good. We'll give you some good examples of writing names or variable names and function names. And here's bad ones. This is bad. We don't use underscores in when our variable names in JavaScript. So this is the best way, camel case. Use verb noun pairs when applicable. A function carries out an action, so remember it's a verb, and it often produces some specific outputs or effects. Therefore, using a verb noun pair can go a long way toward making it clear what a function does. A good verb can describe the action, and a good noun can describe the output, or the object that is being affected by the function. Like this one, prepare for liftoff, fill fuel tank, get countdown status, is ready for liftoff. You're going to see this in your assignments. These are bad. Fill up because it's not descriptive enough, even though it is a little, it has more than just saying the letter A or the letter B or X and Y, but it's not descriptive enough. It's okay to make your functions descriptive. Sometimes this can be a challenge trying to figure out a good function name, but you know, the more you do it, the more you're going to understand how to write good functions name and good variable names. As we noted earlier, the Boolean function it is conventional that their names start with is or has whenever possible. Creating a verb noun pair for a function name doesn't always make sense, but when it does, you should use this format to create good descriptive names. Use descriptive names. We have repeatedly reminded you to use descriptive names, but now we want to expand on this point. You should prefer long descriptive names over short abbreviated names. If you can read a function name and understand what it does from the name alone, then the function has a good name. Like this. Convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, is valid launch code, update mission control. Sometimes you may think this is tedious, but it's very helpful if you can learn how to write good function names. If you find yourself writing a comment to describe what your function does, consider whether a better name might remove the need for such additional explanations. The best function and variable names are those that are self-documenting, descriptive enough not to need further explanation. Using self-documenting names means that the code that uses your function will be more readable, since your explanatory comments are not visible when the function is used. Additionally, it is easy for comments to become inaccurate. When you update your code to change behavior, there is nothing forcing you to also update your code, your comments. For this reason, some programmers live by the maxim, comments lie. While we won't go so far as to say that you should never use comments in your code, we do believe that comments should not be used to make up the poor function and variable names. Check your understanding. So what we're basically saying is, yes, you're going to write occasionally comments in your codes for whatever reason that you need to do that. But we're saying that if you write good variable names and good function names, they're self-documenting to an extent, but it's better than not having a good name and then you have to write comments to kind of explain what the code is doing or what the function is doing. So that's the end of this video for this section. I'll see you in the next section. Remember, the more you do, the more you improve.